Waiting for everybody to show up here. It's taken forever. There's so many people. There we go. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to First Listen. I'm John Garcia, and filling in for Hardcore Keem today is Corey Westbrook. And joining us today from Massachusetts, we've got Steven, we've got Adam, we've got John, and then when we need to talk to him, where's the little thing right here? We've got Nate. Right up there, Nate Newton, and I'll bring in like a former Dallas Cowboys legend Nate Newton facts as we go through. Probably I'll do some Googling and see what we can do. Gentlemen, Cave In, how are you guys doing today? Welcome. Thank you for taking the time and listening to this album with us today.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
No problem. Before we get into this thing, which we will, because it's a bit of a leg number, it's a bit of a long one, but in all the best ways. How are you guys feeling now that the album is out and into the world? I know it's only been a couple of hours, but initial thoughts.
I feel great. It's been a long time coming. I mean, we've been working on this thing for a while now, and I think I can speak for everybody that, by saying that we've just enjoyed the process of really immersing ourselves in like this album rollout, like getting involved in all the aspects of it, like artwork, making videos and coordinating all the things that go into putting out a record, and just been really enjoying it. We've had an awesome team to work with, so that helps too.
Yeah, 100%. Adam, JR, what about you guys?
I mean, it still kind of feels surreal. It doesn't feel like it's out yet because we've been sitting on it for so long. I think it'll hit me in a couple days.
Yeah, as it always does.
It's an exciting time for the band, and doing this like half my life now. It's like it's crazy. Like another Cave In record. Here we are, another chapter in Cave In. Still living it and still like appreciating it, and like Steve said, kind of really enjoying the moment. So.
Hell yeah. Corey, how are you feeling now that the record is out?
Well, I've been listening to it for a while, so this isn't a true first listen for me. I was happy to finally be able to feature it on Nutfest like I did today, but yeah, I'm glad other people can listen to it now.
Fuck yeah. Well, let's not waste any more time. All the stuff that you guys are talking about as far as the process, all of that stuff, we'll get into it. We'll talk about it. But let's just dive in, everybody. We've got about 71 minutes of music ahead of us, and it is a glorious 71 minutes indeed. So let's crack in. Newest album from Cave In, Heavy Pendulum, starting us off with style with New Reality. Just like you guys didn't waste any fucking time, just right into the riffs. Let's fucking go. Shout out to Dave, shout out to Mazza, Curtis, Triceracopdactyls, Pete, everybody in the chat. Nice to see you. Yeah, let's fucking go.
How I really feel is I feel like I want to see this live. So if you guys would come to Oregon, that'd be great.
Yeah, I love Oregon. Beautiful, beautiful state.
Depending on what part you're in. Outside the city is nice.
I still want to check out where they filmed The Goonies.
Oh, yeah, that's like 3 odd hours from my house. But I've been there. And where they filmed Kindergarten Cop, because it's the same place.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is it really? I did not know that.
Yes, it's
Stop
the same
whining.
It's not a tuba.
It's not a Kuma, exactly. Who is your daddy, and what does he do? John's lost in the music. I'm quoting Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It happens so much, guys.
This is why I wonder why they let me out in public. Like,
it's a nice back and forth though, because you hold the music down while I'm just like lost, and then I do the same.
Yeah, I'll let you get lost in the riffs, and then I'll bring the movie quotes.
So, guys, I was reading an interview from a few months ago, I think right before this album was announced, talking about how your dearly departed former bassist Caleb was very much a part of the process of this record. You felt that he was still kind of with you guys as you were writing and everything like that. I'm curious on, I know that there was some holdover music from, and like riffs and stuff like that from previous iterations. How much of this album was stuff that you guys had previously been working on? Did you guys like talk about what direction this sound you guys wanted to go with this one?
Yeah, I mean, Caleb's spirit is very much still with us, you know, on this record, in our lives, in our band. It's actually comforting to us to kind of, you know, come to terms with that. And I think, I mean, doing Caven at this point is a great way to just stay connected to his memory and our memories of Caleb. And, you know, so in this particular song that's playing right now, New Reality, there's a riff that he wrote that we used in the verse, and we wrote like years ago, and then during the Red Silence phase, and also here, the song so, and then I think just the whole idea of like where Caven that creatively found and like that was sort of something that Caleb wanted to, you know, as far as the direction goes in the band, and that was he was very particular about. Shortly before we started writing stuff at the final transition.
Yeah.
Heavy Pendulum, we were able to like really flesh it out and explore it a bit more. So yeah, I mean, certainly trying to do his vision justice.
Sure. And I feel like, before the other guys step in, I feel like that could almost like galvanize you guys in a way, right? Like you really want to put in the effort and do that. Exactly what you were saying, to kind of like help his legacy and his spirit still keep living on.
Absolutely, still keep moving on, and it's a really good healing thing for the four of us. You know, it's really helped us heal and move on from all that, you know, the past couple of years. And like Steve said, keep his memory alive in really fun and beautiful ways.
Yeah.
That's Steve Ritchie Blackmore solo.
I'll tell you what, guys, I do hear a cowbell in this song. I know there is no cowbell in here, but just like in the, it was the riff that just passed right before the solo. It's like, I could very much hear just a cowbell in the back. I don't know, my mind is weird. You guys will figure this out over the next hour.
So you're saying your fever is cured, John?
Well, I mean, you could always use more cowbell.
Hey, you know, JR lives in the same city as the studio, so he could have snuck in there late one night, just overdubbed a cowbell without telling anybody.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I listened to this today, and like, once this message out, we played this way faster live, and it's
Adam,
What's
your
that,
audio
Adam?
cut out just a little bit. I think you said that you guys play this way faster live.
the past few days, last week, we played this way faster than this.
Oh. Well, we were just so amped,
We're
you
so
know?
amped.
Yeah. We're also trying to just get through it because those
hot.
shows in Texas were fucking ball busters.
Yeah.
What was going on?
There's 95 degrees in the middle of the day.
Yeah. We did a secret show on the second day of our stay in Texas, which was insane. I mean, we played this little bar basically on the patio in the middle of the day, in fucking blazing sun, and it was like, you know, 90-something degrees, and it was nuts. And there was a ton of people. Apparently this place gets sued every time they do this shit, but they don't care, and they just have shows, and
Yes.
it's like fucking punk rock renegade style. And
Yeah, fuck the man.
it was fun. It was a lot of fun, but it was scorching hot. So one way to really get through those situations, you just play your shit faster, so it's over quicker.
The record spun at 75 RPM instead of 33 and a half.
That's right. Yeah. Burn it up.
Hell, this song has been stuck in my head since you released it as a single.
Really, really fun to play live. It's really fun.
Yeah, it was originally going to be track 3. We were like, fuck that. Gotta bump this shit up. A sequence. Too good.
strong.
Yeah.
And Corey knows this, Keem knows this. I love talking about sequencing on albums because I'm a fucking nerd. I think that you guys nailed it on this one. Maybe we can talk about that as that goes along, but I feel like there is a nice ebb and flow with, okay, you got a song that rocks, right, a bunch of riffs, and then like this song that kind of hangs back a little bit and then kind of go, and it's like a nice ebb and flow throughout, which really keeps the listener engaged and going.
Yeah, I mean, I think can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I think we tried to, keep that in mind, especially after the first few songs were written. And we started realizing that there was a ton of material that we had to work with, so we needed to make that flow and have a lot of dynamics to really keep the listener from getting too tired, right early on.
Yeah.
We had to keep attention through the whole thing. So it was definitely something we kept in mind. And then after a while, halfway through the songs that we were writing, we realized that, we can kind of picture what kind of song would have to be written next or placed next. And we kind of kept that in mind and wrote for that. So.
And it's definitely a challenge to be able to pull it off well with an album that's 70 minutes long. Because, I mean, that's a fairly decently sized album. And but the pacing on this one, as John has pointed out, as you just pointed out, it very much shows that you put a lot of thought into the pacing because it does hold your attention very well.
That's great.
Glad it does.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Oh, go ahead, Adam. Go ahead.
I just know it's really long, so it's lots of peaks and valleys. So we get these at the beginning, middle, and end of the especially the second.
100%. There is the first time that I grabbed my phone to look at, like, where are we in this album? I will let you know because it's way farther into the album than I thought. Just the first time that I looked to see where we're at. So, but I'll let you know because I was engaged all the way through. This fucking song right here, y'all. Come on.
This is probably my favorite track. If I had to pick one, it would be this one.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
This is like the closest thing that Caven's ever come to writing a Deep Purple song.
Yeah, it's funny because I think of Fairport Convention a lot, especially in the middle where there's the whole like bass and drums breakdown. That's Fairport.
Oh yeah. Yeah. JR got down with the drummer of Fairport Convention.
Yeah, Dave Maddox. I had a lesson with him. He lives right like in the town over from me. He's a great guy.
That's so cool.
I think you should go to more lessons. I want to hear stories.
Yeah. And he was cool. He was telling me all kinds of stories about Bonham. Like, he hung out with Bonham and all those guys. Like, all these players, like, back in the day that we grew up on, he hung out with all of them. And he wasn't shy about telling stories,
That's fucking awesome. I mean, dude, all those heavy hitters in, like, the 70s, they loved Fairport Convention. I mean, that was, like, one of the only bands, I think, when Zeppelin was, like, basically up and running. It was one of the only bands I took on tour with them. And I think one of the only guest appearances, too, on one of their records, Sandy Denny singing on Battle of Evermore.
Yep. She has her own symbol.
Oh, does she?
If you look at her liner notes, she has her own symbol. She's like all this form. She's like the only one.
I'll have to go back and look. I never
Shit.
noticed.
That's fucking royalty right there.
Yep.
If you get your own Zeppelin symbol,
What the fuck, man? Yeah. Shit.
What I love about this is I'll be honest with you guys, I'm a latecomer to Cave In, right? I didn't listen to cool music till like 5 years ago. I grew up on fucking like Primal Fear, Iced Earth, and Blind Guardian, right? I am not now, nor have I ever been cool. But like one of the things that I love about this band and exploring this band is like the four of you, however many people have like contributed to this band over the years. It's such a wealth of musical knowledge for shit that us listeners are never gonna listen to or like never heard, and you imbue that in your music as far as like your inspirations and stuff like that to kind of give us all a little taste of all those things that you really like, and I really appreciate that about the band.
Thank you. I mean, I think we're all big music fans, and I think we all rub off on each other, sometimes for better or for worse. So, we're into all sorts of different types of music. I think that's, fun part about being a music fan, fun part of being inspired by different music, both studying the weird music world, pulling from all different genres and scenes, and ideas. Here comes the cover note. Here the cover note. Never covered those Glenn Hughes. There it is, right there.
That actually kind of leads into my question, John, if I can ask one.
Yeah, please. And then I've got a question from Tamink in the chat after you're done, Corey.
Well, Taming can wait, dang it. I've been waiting this whole time. No, so since we are talking about your guys' influences, what are some that may be like different or unexpected for people to learn that influenced this album?
For me, I mean, from my end of things, it's a lot of I'd say electronic music that you don't really hear in our music very much. But a lot of the atmospheric stuff that was added, comes from like stuff like Brian Eno started all that stuff, the ambient type works, and then like Klaus Schultz was a big influence. Rest in peace. Vangelis the same, like all those old early kind of electronic musicians. All that stuff was really super interesting. So that's definitely an influence from my end.
Yeah, Vangelis just passed away, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man. Well, you're the next Vangelis, dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a cape like who is it?
ELP?
Yeah, ELP.
Yeah. Yeah, you could have a different cape for every day of the week. But yeah, so after the song we're listening to now, wait, is it after this one? Yeah, it is. Pendulambian. Did I say it right?
Dude, you're the one who put it on the album. I don't fucking know. I've been like 10...
Oh, JR titled that shit. He made that word salad.
I can't say that word, guys. Don't make me try.
But that was started by him in his fucking cool-ass synth cave, and I think it's a great addition to Cave. And actually, if you listen on the record, there's all this ear candy that we added with him just getting weird with the synth and just adding layers and cool shit to listen to. But yeah, little like synthy Easter eggs to look out for.
Right. Yeah, and of course, a lot of that comes from our love of Deep Purple. I mean, that shit, you can't deny it. So it's like, it's fun to put some of that in the background behind the music for like people who listen to the record over and over again. Now they're starting to pick out different things. It's like, we tried to, as speaking of influences, that stuff that happens on 9 Inch Nails records a lot. You listen to it initially, and then all of a sudden 5 years down the line, you notice stuff that you didn't hear before.
And I think that's super important with long records too, right? Because we talked about it being a challenge to like keep people's attention through 70 minutes of music or whatever, right? But then to keep them going back to when they find stuff like more and more. I mean, I think that's attention to detail that's like really hard to fucking pull off.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, we didn't take super long tracking this record. Certainly not as long as like Antenna, but as far as like really getting into layering stuff, we had a lot of it mapped out in advance. We were so meticulous about making demos that we pretty much knew like 75 to 80% of what we were gonna do, at least as far as like lines and melodies and little melodic bits to sort of like stack and layer in the songs to really just make them what they are. We had like 75-80% of that pretty much like ready to go, because we just didn't want to waste Kurt's time, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he appreciated that too, that we came in so prepared.
So before I get to Taming's question, I do have to make mention the like southern rock vibe on this. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I wish all of the bands playing on the fucking honky tonks in Lower Broadway would sound something like this. Like, fuck yeah.
Cool.
I love the Allman Brothers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love the Allman Brothers.
I love early Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac. We talk about that a lot.
Yeah, actually, the Allman Brothers was something that really sort of came up in conversation for the very last track on this record, that fucking 2-minute long fade out of like dueling guitars, and just we're like, all right, we're going fucking Elizabeth Reed on this shit.
Tamink has a question that he's been waiting on for a while. Says, all the singles have been amazing. How early do you decide on what to release?
I think that was when we handed the record off to Relapse. We kind of did, the way we did that was each one of us and the members who worked on the record in Relapse as well, we all kind of picked our favorite like top 5 or top 10 songs of the record. And then we kind of compiled those lists, and whichever was on the top, that was kind of the ones that we chose.
I got you.
So I think, is this Pendulum Ambient? Yes, it is. So I think this is like our Prince, like 1999, like dearly beloved, we are gathered here for a thing called life. You know what I mean? We just took the vocals out.
I'll take that.
That's what this track is.
So good.
The afterlife.
Yeah.
Like Prince mixed with
Beverly Hills, that one doc's gonna be all right.
Oh man, I love that.
But yeah, this was initially inspired by Brian Eno and all the stuff that he did, especially with like Robert Fripp, all that classic ambient stuff that they did together. And then I'll take the Prince influence, man. That's a good mix of those things.
Yeah.
Which the solo that he's sampling of mine, or like from the last song, that's like a Fripp rip off back to back as well. Format.
And then Steve went ahead and added, like, he flipped and reversed some of the vocals from him and Adam in there, and then we added the hits, and it became a totally different thing. Initially, it was just the ambient synth line, and then these guys added magic dust to it.
Yeah, sprinkled some sonic fairy dust over that shit.
Oh, Corey loves sprinkling her little genre sprinkles everywhere.
I do love my genre sprinkles.
Well, there's a lot of them in this record.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were cooking with hit sauce and genre sprinkles, and all kinds of shit to get your mouth watering.
Riff salad as an appetizer.
Oh yeah, riff soup actually.
Riff
We
soup, there you
got
go.
some really
Yeah.
tasty.
Oh yeah,
riff
this is a hearty meal. This isn't a light meal, John. Come on now. We don't do salad here.
I saw someone say today, like, it gives you a lot to chew on. A lot to chew on in this record.
This is our Rusty Cage moment.
So this song
And we've
is-
lost
this
John
song-
to the riffs.
we made this song last
Swinging
week,
over
this
here.
song- This song is so much fun to play live. The riff.
I'm gonna break my.
Our friend Dactyls in the chat, who is from Boston, says more of a riff chowder, ain't it? How do you mix 2 different fucking localities there, dude? You mix the chowder and you mix the Britain.
All right, from here on out, it's fucking riff chowder. Straight up.
There you go.
The riff chowder.
Minga.
Bingy, that riff chowder is fucking wicked piss
It's
up.
so fucking tasty, kid.
Dude, it gets your mouth watering. Let me tell you, that riff
I'm
chowder.
fucking hungry, guys.
I'm fucking starving. You're talking about this riff chowder?
Oh man, I'm actually hungry right now because I'm like John. I didn't eat.
Where's my fucking oyster crackers, kid?
Dude,
I
they
want my
skip you
garlic
on the
bread.
oyster cracker?
You can't forget the oyster crackers.
fucked
That is a
up.
cardinal sin.
Crack is.
Okay, now here's the real question: chowder, with or without a bread bowl?
Oh, with the bread.
Yeah, I'm not from Massachusetts, Corey, but I always eat my chowder with bread bowl.
It's less wasteful. It's more environmentally
That's
friendly.
yes, exactly. That's
Less carbon
eco-friendly.
footprint.
Bread.
That is what's going to solve climate change, everybody, is just finding foods to eat in other foods. That's it. No more plates, no more bowls. It's just eat food out of food. Done.
This is the Ritz crackers' time to shine because that is basically a mini edible plate right there.
Dude, the earth would be way healthier if you just put your fucking chowder in a bread bowl.
The serious discussions we have here on First Listen.
This is the shit that matters.
Exactly. We have just solved climate change here on Not Fest. And now I really fucking want chowder.
So I know he's not here, but let's bring him back in spirit for a little bit. Nate's
Nate.
bass fucking tone all over this album, guys, is out of this world.
I mean, look at him. Can't fuck with that.
No, you can't.
He's got linebacker tone. Or what position does Nate Newton play? I have no
I'm
idea.
pretty sure he was a linebacker. Let me look. This is going to be our first of our Nate Newton facts, everybody. He played for the Dallas Cowboys, and he was a guard.
He looks like he'd be a good guard. I couldn't get past. But then again, I couldn't get past fucking anybody.
Nate killed it, man. He brought like his Nate Newton vibe with like Tony Bono into another. I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah, incredible. He's sort of like as far as playing guard in Caven, he guards us from sucking.
Yeah, you don't
Like,
want
this
the
would just
suck
be a
to get
straight up-
past the offensive line.
Yeah, he's a good suck filter. Like if something ain't gonna work, he's the first to say it. We kind of need that. You know, we're from the Thuan. We don't always have the best judgment.
Like, I also feel like that's probably, I mean, you guys have worked together for a really long time. I mean, at this point, I feel like, from my perspective, right, you can let me know if I'm full of shit or if this is wrong, but it feels like in a certain way that, like, Cave-In, Converge, Old Man Bloom are all kind of like an amalgamation of a one singular band that just kind of decides, like, we're gonna do this here and that here, because you guys have such a, like, great working relationship with everybody in all these bands.
It's a very new community to be a part of. Lots of fun to do. I think we all make each other better. And, we have to help watching us from like sidelines, not being there. Good direction.
Kind of cutting out just like a little bit.
Come again?
Sorry, Adam. The audio's a little wonky.
We have just a couple seconds in this song. I'm gonna pause it after that so that you can get out, because I think it's the audio trying to compete with each other. So give us like.
Adam, are you wearing headphones? John, you said my audio improved when I put headphones in.
Mhm.
Maybe give it a shot.
Adam, go ahead and say what you were gonna say, because I really think it was just the audio competing with each other.
Is that better?
So much better.
Huh.
I didn't know it does that. So what's that, just bandwidth?
I guess so. We have 4 people trying to squeeze. It's like Three Stooges syndrome over here for our Daily Simpsons reference. So like I figure, move it,
Silly
shout
bird.
it. Yeah. Anyway, so what were you saying, Adam?
I don't even know what I was
Okay.
saying. I was talking about Nate. You know, I think I was talking about Nate bringing his Into Another vibe that I love very much. That's. Did you guys hear me say that?
Yeah, we heard that part.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, we
I was
tried,
just so-
everybody.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep the pendulum on swinging. This is another killer single that you guys
Singular.
released. Blinded by a Blaze. I cannot talk today, y'all. Jesus
No,
Christ.
you can't. This is what happens when you eat food and stop living on coffee. You lose some of your sharpness.
Yeah, I've been there before.
It makes you sleepy, John.
Well, actually, Corey, you'll find this fun. As a test, so guys in Cave-In, I will be traveling to the UK in about a week to go to Download Festival over there. We're like mostly of the way packed, and one of the last things that we got was a big bottle of caffeine pills for like the end of the weekend. I tested one of those today, Corey, so that's probably why I can't fucking talk right now. This is like little amounts of food and like a 200 milligram caffeine pill. We're doing all right. We're doing good, guys.
You're almost on my level of caffeine, John.
I thought about taking 2, but I was like, I'll do 1 for right now and see how much I go.
You just explode.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So if you guys wouldn't mind kind of walking us through this song, very different vibe from like the rest of the record so far. Really does remind me, Steven, some of your contributions in the Blood Moon album very much kind of reminds me of parts of that record.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, this song was the thing that pretty much kickstarted everybody to want to make a record in the first place. I put together a little demo in my Brooklyn apartment when I was still living in Brooklyn, and I sent it to all the dudes. I sent this along with like maybe 4 or 5 other songs, and this was the one that everyone was really sort of taking to and you know, had ideas for almost immediately, and so I think it's pretty special for that reason.
Yeah.
And it's a real cool collaborative effort. I mean, what started as my demo, it really just grew from there once we all got together and started working on it. Like, you know, Nate wrote this crushing bridge riff, that like slow, sludgy 1-chord thing. And then Adam comes in with these fucking cool ass harmonics. It sounds like you know, ice cream truck music. If the ice cream truck was on Mars. This shit is so cool. And so, yeah, and like, I just and then I tried to do with like a lot with just a little, you know, in terms of lyrics.
Yeah.
There's only 8 lines in the song. So, oh, here comes the ice cream man. Hear him?
Yeah, he's coming around the bend. Now he's pulling up to the park.
Ice cream man!
Ah! Can elbow some kids out of the way to get my goddamn eclair.
Get my wrestling bar.
Get my slightly deformed looking SpongeBob pop. Have you ever seen those things? They are all slightly deformed
Oh yeah,
looking.
when I was a kid, the ice cream truck at the pool had Chip and Dale. Not like the fucking dancers, but like the rescue rangers.
Are you
right?
sure it wasn't like the dance?
I'm pretty positive. Didn't
no,
look
that's
anything like Chip and Dale.
I'm pretty
There's
sure
always
Chip
the-
and Dale also danced.
The gumball eyes when it would get real
Yes.
melty and start crying. Shit was horrifying.
But tasty. The ones I remember from from being a kid were Mario. The ice cream man near me had like Mario and Luigi pops.
I remember those.
But I am quite a bit older than you, John, so maybe those were before your time.
We're gonna be on the same plane fucking tomorrow.
5 months is 5 months,
Tomorrow.
John.
God, by the way, Kevin, thank you for the birthday present.
Today your birthday?
Happy birthday.
Tomorrow is
Yeah.
my birthday.
Oh, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, happy preemptive birthday.
Thank you, my friends.
How old are you gonna be?
33.
Oh,
Oh, man.
fucking
Good old
youngster.
days.
Yeah. Just trying to hang on all I can. I was like, wait a second, I feel like I just turned 28 like 3 days ago. I know there's a pandemic in there that took a lot of a time away from us.
Yeah.
It's the
Well-
same at 42, man. I still feel like I'm in high school, but my body says that I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, I look like a 17-year-old, and I feel mentally like a 17-year-old also.
Yeah, right there we
Mentally, I
have
oscillate between 12-year-old and like 90-year-old.
Yeah, there's no middle for you. There's
No, there isn't. I'm horribly immature where I just want everybody off my lawn. There is no in between.
Thank you for the birthday wishes, everybody in the chat. Thank you so much. Gonna be going to see Amigo the Devil and Gogo Bordello tomorrow night. I'm gonna get
Nice.
fucking trash.
That'd be fun.
Nice. This is Steve's Jerry Cantrell solo. Them bones are flying. Them bones.
I believe them bones are real. Yep, poor man's Jerry Cantrell over here.
I just want to go. Ah!
Yeah. That's how I walk around the house sometimes. It's like,
What's stopping you, man? Go for it.
no,
It's your birthday. Do whatever you want.
I've
You're
been
an
doing this
adult.
around my
Literally
house
nobody
for
can
the past,
stop you.
I don't know, 5 years. We had on one previous first listen, we had Manuel from Zeal and Ardor on, and I was telling him the same thing with their song "God or Dameron." Just every once in a while, I get that riff in my head and just scream "God to Dameron" around the house. My dog's like, "What the fuck is going on?" It's literally just like walking down the stairs, just screaming.
I do the same thing, but for completely different reasons. So I actually have a question. We talked about the pacing of the album and all the thought that you guys put into it, and that really ties into the name for me, like Heavy Pendulum, because there's this ebb and flow to the album. But I want to know where the name actually comes from, and not just where I think it comes from. So can you, like, in naming the album, what went into that?
That's a good question. I mean, as far as song titles go, I mean, the song in the album, well, I should say the name of the record originally just started with the song Heavy Pendulum before we really decided it was going to be the name of the record. And I don't know, my whole vibe with naming songs in this record was I just wanted the song titles to be like as good as a movie title or a book title, or you could call the record any of the song titles. Like, so that was like a little challenge to myself, and you know, I tried to do that with the lyrics too. I tried to make every line sort of feel like it could stand on its own or be like the start of a story or a book. So I don't know. I think at some point JR got it in his head that should be the name of our record. So maybe he should answer that one.
I just like the idea of the, if you picture the pendulum and, how everything is going in this world at the moment. You have all the heavy downs and all the heavy ups. That's how life seems to be at the moment. And it probably always has been, you know what I mean? But it really felt that way when we started writing and when the pandemic hit. And it was, you started really being aware of all the good and the bad things in your life and how, even just through a single day can go to the extremes in that way. So when that came up and I had the idea, I just brought it up to these guys. And they seemed to like it. But I like it because of that.
Yeah. Well, the song too, that was the first complete recording that we did of an album track in demo form. Like that was originally just a remote recording experiment to get that song together. And so I don't know. I guess that song's pretty special for that reason too. And speaking of pendulums, J.R. Connors, the heaviest fucking pendulum in the game, man. The guy's been fucking swinging hard since the early '90s.
Okay.
If he wants to call the record Heavy Pendulum, okay. No argument from me. We were gonna call it, we were thinking of calling it Amaranthin. Obviously this song is very special for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
And it's a Caleb title,
Did he have lyrics
but,
on this, by the way?
What's that?
Did he have lyrics on this song?
Yes.
Okay.
These are mostly Caleb's lyrics. This song is pretty interesting. So it's Caleb lyrics, and most of the music was written by Nate, and that was like his first really full musical contribution to the band, like in terms of a pretty full, actualized, realized composition.
Yeah.
So this song is a pretty cool hybrid of really fucking heavy-hitting creative powers.
And this song always reminds me of that band, The Fucking Champs. I don't know if they're even still a band, but this is the song that reminds me of them, and that I had in mind when we were writing it. Just because it's like that weird kind of metally dual guitar vibe that they got going on, and then the weird vocals. It just reminded me of that band for some reason. Like this riff.
I like the Rob Halford vocals that Steve does. Cool, like Rob Halford vocal harmony.
Oh yeah. Yeah, some like Evil Eye. No, what is it? Electric Eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of that vibe going on. Yeah, I'll get down with some Metal God.
Fuck yeah, man. Judas Priest, my second all-time favorite band.
Hell yeah.
They're the reason I'm into metal.
Fuck yeah.
That's a
You
damn
should
good
send them
reason.
a fruit basket, Corey.
I should send them a fruit basket, but they should also send my aunt a fruit basket because she was the one who gave me the cassette.
Awesome.
That's a pretty cool man. Yeah.
Yeah, my aunt is awesome. When I was about 8, she gave me like a bag of my cousin's hand-me-down clothes, and in the bottom of the bag was British Steel and Heart's self-titled album.
Ooh,
So,
nice.
Yeah.
and the rest is history. That's how
That's
I
a
ended up here.
bag there.
It sent you on your way.
Exactly.
This part is the Masters of Reality part.
Yeah.
Oh, deep cut. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we could use that too, given Nate's influence all over this song. Here are a couple more Nate Newton facts, everybody. He was a 3-time Super Bowl champion, and a 2-time first-team All-Pro in 1994 and 95.
Nice.
Nice. Hey,
Nate-
another reason to love the 90s.
Yeah.
I had no idea Nate was that, awesome.
You never know what people are doing in their personal time, right? You think you know
He's got like
someone.
a whole separate life going
Yeah.
on.
This whole time I thought he was on tour with Channel and Converge and
Yeah, he's out there playing football.
yeah. Damn.
No wonder why he has bad knees.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. He says it's skateboarding. Bullshit.
By the way, he always says that this is probably one of his favorite songs on the record.
Oh yeah, so we'll leave him up for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang out, Nate.
So what are the rest of you guys' favorite songs on the album?
I'll let you
Ah.
I already
I was
said.
gonna say, you already said yours. What the
Yeah.
other two need to answer now?
I love Wavering Angel. I like this. I like this song a lot too because when we were writing it, I didn't like it at all, and now it's one of my favorite songs on the record. So it's just weird how that happens sometimes when you suss the song out and like work it through a band practice. But when we were first starting the song, I didn't like it at all. But now I think it's one of the best on the record. So.
Yeah, this is a song that really came together in rehearsals. Like, we didn't have it demoed beforehand, so I think for that reason it was really hard for all of us at some point to, like, kind of see the end game for where it was going or if it even belonged on the record. I think the vocals really sort of helped tie it together. And also, there's just no other song like it on the record, and we actually realized that was an advantage at some point when putting together the sequencing. Yeah, this is one of my favorites too. I think just for the sole reason of how spontaneous it is, or at least how it came together. But I guess if I had to pick one, I'd probably be Blinded by a Blaze. I mean, it's the first song that we all really connected on in this process, this little like album writing journey, and yeah, I gotta throw it to Blinded, just for that reason alone.
This part is the Rorschach part. Rorschach Autopsy.
Yes.
That is the influence on this part.
Yeah. Why am I alive?
Why am I alive?
I mean, look, Rorschach is the band that, like, all the shit that we worshipped, like, growing up, they were the band that was hitting it hard and doing the weird, heavy shit. Like even before Converge, I think there was Rorschach, and then Converge was like, oh, yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. And then they went and made Halo in a Haystack.
I don't know if I've ever listened to a Rorschach song.
It's awesome stuff.
I have to end this stream now, John.
Dude, like, I've told you,
I have to
Corey,
disown you.
Look, I've told you, there's plenty of embarrassing facts around me all over the place. I'm owning it, right? You gotta embrace your flaws, right? I'm writing it down.
Well, we just have to fix that. I'll just start
every
sending you
time.
some links after the stream.
So like whenever I do my streams, the amount of bands that just people in the chat and people listening recommend, and it kind of gets back to what I was saying earlier about you guys using all of the influence from the music that you love and injecting into your music to, have people listen to like find other stuff. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, I like this Cave In record. They really like Rorschach. Let me go back and listen to Rorschach and see how that is. And that way you kind of like help
That's the way to
spread
do
their
it.
legacies and stuff in a way.
Great Nate Newton vocal coming up. Get ready for it. I think he's got a stutter.
It's like Riley Gale, swing it, wow. That's what that reminds me of every
Yeah.
time.
Awesome.
Here he is again. Nate Newton started 180 games in the NFL.
No one- Like you said, Adam, no wonder those knees are fucked.
I know, bad knees.
So speaking of influences, this one I thought a lot about Goat Snake. That band put its head up when we were writing this song.
Amazing band.
Yeah.
Jared played drums in Goat Snake for a minute.
Yeah.
Very briefly. Not as much as I wish I could have.
I don't think I ever got to see you play in Goat Snake.
We never played any shows.
That's
We
why.
just did that one EP, and then nothing ever yet. I think
All right.
actually it was right around the time when I broke my wrist. And I fled the country.
Yeah, JR went fucking MIA.
Yeah.
Those are some Into Another solos right there. Into Another Ignoramus. If I said that
Yeah.
right.
There's so much Into Another worship on this record, it's stupid.
What's up, Colin Young? Nice to see you over here, my friend. Stephanie Marlowe in the chat wants to know, what's the Cave In set list going to look like on the upcoming tour? New stuff or old stuff, or both? And
Hi, Stephanie!
putting a request for Juggernaut in there as well.
Okay. Yeah. Stephanie's been kicking ass for us. She's been helping us just, work this record, and
Part of the Relapse
she's
team?
amazing. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So, big shout out to Stephanie.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you very much, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephanie.
I mean, as far as the set list goes, we put together most of this record, in our rehearsal space when it came to like really refining all the elements and making what started as my demos turn into Cave-In songs. So, I mean, in our camp, we're psyched to just go out and play as much of the new shit as possible. But I think it's also kind of crafted in a way that we can blend this stuff with pretty much most of our catalog and come up with something that like flows nicely and it all sort of fits together. Because we wrote a lot of this shit right on the heels of having done some touring. So we were already in that mindset of like, the best of Cave-In. I think that reflects on the music. So, you'll probably hear a bunch of new shit when we go out and play. And why not? I mean, listen to this shit. It's amazing.
Yeah.
If I don't say so myself. I think we would all rather just play this record front to back, but we all also hate it when we go see our favorite bands and all they play is new shit. It's like, what the fuck? I want to hear all the songs.
Well,
Yeah, you gotta ride the line a little bit.
You know what they say, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. So, like, there you go.
Yeah. Or like, it's like Springsteen. You said something about like, when he goes out and plays, he always wants to like see himself in the audience. I always think of that.
Yeah.
Like, shit, if I want to leave this show and I'm on stage, that's bad. Like, if I'm looking at myself and I want out, no, we can't have that. So, gotta stick around.
Stick it out.
I feel like that a lot post-stage, Steve.
Hey, it's your birthday, man. You can do what you want. If you want to peace out, we got this. No, please stay. Please stay.
No, I'm
Don't
not
leave me
going anywhere
unattended.
here. No, I'm not going anywhere here. I was just going like in general, like
You need an adult.
like I wake up.
I
look in the mirror,
literally
like,
cannot be
this
left
guy again.
unsupervised.
Just here browsing wants to know, does JR have any probs / limitations post-surgery?
Not anymore. Initially, I did. I had to change the way I played. I had to focus more on technique and the proper way to hold the drumstick and get around the kit. And I had to raise my whole drum setup because my wrist wouldn't bend the same way as it used to. But besides that, I mean, it took me probably about a good year and a half of being in Doom Riders with Nate Newton and those guys, and they kicked my ass back into shape. So.
3-time Super Bowl champ, Nathan.
Yeah. That's just what he does in Limelight sort of stuff. On the side, you know?
He plays in the NFL to pay the bills. What his real passion is music.
Yeah. No, I had to change shit up, but ultimately I'm okay now. It's everything else that's failing now.
This old body's getting on in years.
Junior, you look good.
Oh, thanks.
We all look good. Come on.
Too, man.
Let's be real here. You know, all that pixelation kind of helps.
It definitely helps, yeah. It's like having drinks, right?
Yeah.
Like, you look pretty good.
You've never looked better. What's your name?
Plus, if you move around a lot, too, it
Oh,
helps
yeah.
even more.
Never let people get, an accurate look. Just
Yeah.
keep moving. Never let them fixate too long. Bob and weave.
We look like a bunch of fucking like owls over here. Everybody was just like,
We're animals, yeah. There's Nate again.
so I do have
What's
a
he
question.
yelling about?
Kind of going on to some of the stuff that we've been talking about as far as like, you guys have been doing this since about 95, possibly even longer, right? But we won't give anything away, right? We're young gentlemen here, still in the prime of their lives making music. But what do you think is the key to keep y'all like inspired and engaged and like wanting to push your sound and try different things? Because I feel, in my opinion, that every Cave-In record has, while it has like a bass sound, each record has a different feel to it and a different journey that it takes you on. What do you think is the key to that?
I mean, I think in our situation, I wouldn't say it's unique, but it's, I mean, this whole sort of, the whole birth of like Heavy Pendulum, I mean, a lot of it was motivated by the fact that we wanted to just do justice by Caleb and this vision that he had. And, and in more recent years, I mean, he's been kind of the one who, like, when he sort of feels inspired with a vision, like, we would sort of go for it, and that was sort of like the calling. Like when we all sort of went our separate ways between the years of, was it like 06 and 09? It was Caleb who actually moved back to the East Coast after living in LA and was like, hey, you guys want to like jam sometime? And we're like, yeah, of course, and that's what sort of started the band, being active during the period of like Planets of Old, and then shortly after with White Silence. So yeah, in like 2017, he just had this kind of outline of sort of things that he wanted to hear from Cave-In. We were going to do shit. But this also followed a period of activity where we were trying to record and write some stuff remotely. And we didn't get too far with it, honestly. There was maybe one song from that experiment that went on the Final Transmission record. It's a song called Lunar Day. But we just work best as like a group of individuals in the same room, kind of vibing off each other and just doing it like we've always done. So I don't know. I mean, for this like incarnation of Cave-In, it definitely started with that burst of like creativity that Caleb had in mind in 2017. And then we started what became Final Transmission, which was obviously interrupted by No Longer Here. And you know, we just made the best of what we had with that record. And I don't know, we just felt like, I guess there was some unfinished business going on. And I think also like getting together and playing and doing the benefit shows and realizing like, oh shit, like this band has a whole new meaning for us now. And I think that was inspiring. I think Nate is a huge inspiration. Just the fact that he wanted to be a part of our band and to keep it going.
Yeah.
And not just be a player by numbers, but like actually really engage in the process of creating new songs, how we should sort of handle our band or how we should present our band, and you know, all these things really came together, and it was a long process, but like, you know, I think it was certainly worth it in the long run. But you know, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of fucking just blood, sweat, and tears, and you know, all the shit that bands normally go through. But yeah, I think we're in a good place again. It feels good.
And to kind of add to that, like, you know, touching on how we've gotten that far, I think a lot has to do with it in a way, you know, the same as what Steve was just saying. It goes back to just being really, you know, tight friends and trusting each other as far as, you know, each other's creative input, you know. You know, and that goes with Caleb being in the band as well as Nate being in the band. I mean, we're all friends first. We all hang out whether or not we're doing music or not. And, you know, we let each other just kind of explore different ideas in an inside and outside of the band environment. So then when we come back together, it just kind of, you know, levels up everything that we do each time that we get together. So I think at the core of everything, no matter who's in the band, it's always been about just being friends first and being honest with each other and being able to deal with each other in it, you know, as friends. So not to get too sappy, but I think that's what the core is, you know?
Oh, please do. And so I guess to put a cap on that, unless you have anything else to add, Adam, I mean, I'm glad that you guys did, because, like, this is fucking great. Like, how much is time just, like, melting by because we're, like, brought together by this album and just, like, enjoying music as a people, right? That's what we need more of in this world, in my fucking opinion.
It was very appealing for us to do this record, without a doubt. Just after everything that happened, getting together and moving forward like this, going to the studio with Kurt, having Nate in the band, really getting him in within our creative wheels and gears going. It was a really healing process for us, and you know, it's kind of like a rebirth in a way of like trying to like get past all the heavy times that happened. It is something I think we all needed to do. You know, I think we needed to see Caven through.
Yeah, I also want to add that, you know, when Relapse came into the picture, it just added all this extra fire to what we had already started. I mean, we knew that we wanted to make a new record, and it was already in motion, but Relapse getting involved really just put so much fucking fuel in the tank, and, you know, their enthusiasm was just incredible. And, like, knowing how that label is sort of worked with and catered to bands that, like, similar to us in that, you know, been around for a while, have like a long history of output. Like what they've done with the Death catalog is great. So that, to me, just seeing what they did with Death was like very telling. What could be done with Caven in our own way, you know? And yeah, they've just been awesome. It's been really cool working with those guys.
A really amazing experience. Like, what a team of like rollout for this record. It's overwhelming and crazy bandwidth to watch.
Fuck yeah. Shout out to Relapse. Shout out to Cave In, guys. Like I said, I'm glad that you guys pulled through. I'm glad that you guys kept going, because as you can see from the people in the chat, this is bringing a lot of enjoyment and a lot of just good times to a lot of people out there.
I actually can't see the chat. I don't know what I'm doing over here.
I got both chats.
What am I?
I have Twitch open in a separate window so I can see the chat.
Oh, okay.
Bill's season.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bill's season. I don't know. Just followed. Thank you for the follow. Also, just says thanks so much for this. Been a fan for 20+ years, and this might be your best yet. Cannot wait to see you live in the queues.
Thanks. And hey, even though I can't see the chat, I think it's awesome that people are chiming in and listening and watching and just enjoying this. So thank you.
And Dactyls just bought tickets for Providence.
All
So
right.
We'll see you guys in
Nice.
July.
I can't remember the last time Caven played Providence.
It's been a long
Actually,
time.
maybe it was the living room and we did a cover of Vaseline to open the show. You guys remember that? It was weird.
I think the last time we played was a smaller club that had like a goth night afterwards. You remember that?
It may have been the same show.
I remember that. Yeah, not a lot of people there.
No.
This song.
There's some rototoms for you.
This song right before
You guys know that
Wintry Angels, dude. Come on.
Oh, yeah. You know, JR played Rototoms in the very first Caven demo.
It's true.
Oh yeah.
So we had to bring it back for this song.
Yeah. It might be the same set of Rototoms, actually.
It could be. We're just closing all kinds of circles here.
This one set of Rototoms that's just been floating around Massachusetts.
It could be. I mean, we're all in the same area. Kurt was up in the Merrimack Valley. It's just the Merrimack Valley Rototoms. NVHC Rototoms.
That's right, the official. Just like JR's official drum set.
That's right.
This jam is one of Adam's best fucking songwriting moments, best vocal moments, hands down. So good. So good.
This is a bonfire song.
Yeah.
This song needs a bonfire real bad.
I'd be into that. Kind of like a Lost Boys vibe.
Do it on stage. Set the stage on fire. Just like
Just
gather
set the
around.
stage.
I support this. Do it.
We're
Just
gonna
do
light
it.
the Caven drum set on fire.
Do the official Caven bonfire.
The fire, you say? I'll be there.
Rotting mofo.
Not that I'm into arson or anything.
Oh, we know that you are. No, FBI.
I love-
Definitely not.
They didn't know that.
No, FBI, definitely not. Rotting Mofo in the chat, by the way, speaking of this, says, can we have more McGrath lead vocal soon, please? The people are calling for it, Adam.
I'm into that. Let's do it.
I'll pick my spots, you know? I'll pick my spots.
Also want to mention that the segue that we heard a couple songs back was all Adam too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Days of Nothing.
It's nothing.
It's literally all Adam. Yeah, Adam recorded it and you mixed it too. Fucking
Yep.
hell, man.
Trippy
This
shit
guy's
going on.
Renaissance man.
It's like the trippy scenes in the Lebowski. With the hanging
The
from the
scissors,
bowling ball.
right? Running around with the scissors.
I love this song. I mean, I think it came out great. You know, Steve and I have already played it. We played it last December in New Hampshire, and it was a lot of fun, man. I can't wait to play it again. It's a fun song to play live.
Was fun. Yeah. Keene, New Hampshire. My first time in Keene. Loved it.
Good Jamaican food. There's great Jamaican food. in Keene.
Amazing Jamaican food.
Interesting.
And we're back on food again, and now
God,
I'm
so hungry.
again. I'm so hungry, guys. When we were talking about the bonfire, all I could think about was s'mores. And just
Oh, man.
so hungry.
I love some fucking s'mores, Corey. I'm gonna introduce
doesn't
all the
love
people
s'mores?
in Britain. Oh, apparently all the people in Britain. I've been getting like lots of questions and like
What is wrong with that
side
country?
eyes from the people that I'm gonna be hanging out with at Download. They're like, wait, so you put marshmallows and chocolate together with the that's weird. It's gonna happen, everybody.
They eat
because their
scabs.
taste
They don't
buds
know what
are all-
food is like.
Their taste buds are all fucked because of that Marmite shit, man.
Wait, isn't Marmite the Australian one? Don't they
That's
do Vegemite
Vegemite.
in the UK?
Oh,
is
Okay,
there
yeah, I have it
difference?
mixed up.
I'm from fucking Methuen.
Y'all, this
yeah,
song.
here we just have Entenmann's.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and like
I'm
mint
suddenly
jelly
not
and shit.
hungry anymore.
Oh, Roddy knows what they are, and he's down. All right, Roddy, you and I, solidarity, my friend. Let's fucking go. Yeah, this song is absolutely incredible. Like, I don't know what to say about it other than just, like, it doesn't feel like 12 minutes. And at the end of an already long album, to have this, it was just like, I was sitting over here in this chair over here last night, and just fucking vibing out to the end of this record. And it was just so enjoyable, y'all.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
This is as Steve put it, the stairway to Methuen.
That town represent?
For those of you
But
who
I'm-
don't know, Methuen, Massachusetts is where we're from.
But I'm
And,
actually from Lawrence.
a jazz from Lawrence. We snuck him in.
This song to me, like when Steve first played it, it sounds like classic Fleetwood Mac. Get those Fleetwood Mac feelings a little bit.
Yeah, we missed Fleetwood Mac and Zeppelin and the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then some
And then-
metal shit in the middle. I don't know where that came from.
yeah, like kind of like classic Metallica vibe, you know?
Early
Yeah.
Megadeth too. Like prior to Rust in Peace, there's a lot of kind of vibes like that.
It's in the vocals is what you said, Metallica, Steve. Like in the vocals of this song, when the distortion starts coming in, I can really hear that. So yeah, Fleetwood. I just love. I love it when bands just find like a groove or riff and just stay on that for a little bit, because I feel like I've only listened to the song a couple of times, right? I don't have as much time with it, but it feels like there are not as many parts in this song as you would expect a 12-minute long song. You just kind of repeat and build over that time, and I fucking love it when bands can do that, because it's just the vocals and the acoustic guitar to start, and then just very slowly over the runtime things are built, things are added, and the payoff is enormous at the end.
Thanks. Yeah, that's a great observation. And yeah, like I think if you're just looking at the track length itself, 12 minutes probably seems daunting.
Yeah.
And it should, because that's probably longer than most songs should be. But like you said, we are sort of just recycling a lot of the same elements, but giving them different presentations and different vibes and different sonic treatments, and doing, different sort of vocals and stylings, and just so yeah, it is fairly simple, but the range in which we're working with was really sort of what makes a 12-minute song sort of manageable, in this application anyways.
Yeah, and simple is very much a deceptive term, right? Because, I don't want to say, oh, yeah, this shit is easy as fuck, or it's, derivative, because that's not the case at all, but it's just, keep it simple, stupid, right? It's just, you work with the thing that you've got and add to it over time, and that's where the beauty is in this, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's bands who are great at just picking the one thing and running through it the whole song. The Talking Heads used to do that shit all over the place. They would just grind a riff or a section of a song, and they would just add in little bits and pieces to take away things, and it would be perfect, And it's just a riff.
Yeah, I mean, this borders on feeling like a jam at times, but that's kind of what we wanted, the perfect balance of jamming and structure.
Yeah. We have some people here saying a little Zeppelin influence in this, getting some Pink Floyd vibes, a bit Everest. And then there's someone just here browsing, goes back to our Intimates conversation. It says Intimates crumb cake is like crack, which is, yes, it is very true. Their coffee cake is not as well.
It's all like crack. Cool.
Very heavy
Glad
right
people
there.
dig it.
I mean, we love Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd's a heavy influence always.
Yeah. Yeah, our guitar cabs on the back, it's spray painted Haven Boston, which we got from Live at Pompeii. And if you see the movie, they show on the back of Pink Floyd gear, it says Pink Floyd London.
Yeah.
There you go. Don, you love it.
Dude, I can't. I can't.
That's great, man. Yeah, this one came out awesome.
We were working on this song right up until the last day of tracking.
Really?
It was taking on changes up until the last minute, and we knew it was borderline getting out of control. We knew it was getting longer, but we went for it.
Yeah, I think I put a phone call in a relapse, and I was like, "Hey guys, I think this might have to be a double record. You cool with that?" And they were like, "Go for it." I'm like, "All right, cool, thanks." Go back to the studio. I'm like, "All right, we're good. Let's add another 7 minutes."
You got permission for a double record and we only get 70 minutes? Like, fuck, man. You could have gone ham with this.
Well, let's see. There's 4 sides to 2 records, and so I think around the max time that
You
we'd
could
be
have
able to
fit
another
you could
9
have fit
minutes.
At least another 10 minutes if you want to keep it at 20 minutes per side for audio quality.
Yeah, and so this clocks in at 71. So we
Okay,
really
9.
fucked people over by not, filling up
Yeah.
that extra
You
9
should
minutes.
change-
I want
9
those extra
minutes
9 minutes.
Oh man.
We
Oh,
fucked it
shit.
up. We fucked it up, dude.
Cave-in stimulus checks are in the mail, everybody. We're funding you those 9 minutes that you didn't get.
Well, so not to spoil the surprise, but the song is a fade out. So if you can just imagine that it just never ends,
Yeah. Well,
there's
would
actually
say
another 9 minutes that, you're not hearing.
when you guys play this live, this will turn into like a 30-minute song. Because you're like, well, we weren't actually done with it before we went to print, so this is all the other shit that we've got after this.
This part is actually.
This will be the second hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make it up to you, we promise.
Yeah.
It's a perfect spot for a drum solo, JR, right back there.
Yeah. The only drum solo you'll ever hear.
Do the fucking Neil Peart stair rolls.
2 minutes to late night is in the
that one.
house. They say we're biased, but this is album of the year. What is up, Jordan? What's up, friends?
Yo.
And the Pliable Foe wants to know what it was like working with Kurt Ballou. Seems to be behind every good album these days, is what they say.
It was great. I like going back to that friends thing. I mean, we were just friends with Kurt. We grew up
you guys
the next
were way
town
back.
over. And it was great to work with someone like that because we trusted him to do what he was doing, and we just did what we did, and it worked out.
Yeah,
Yeah, Kurt's an old friend, and I think we're all very comfortable working with him. We've worked with him in separate bands, so I think he knew we had to make a great Cave-in record, so it worked out really well.
He was just super engaged, and he's very dialed into his craft, which is a great thing. Like, it's dialed in, but I think we were sort of, we like kind of going back to what I was saying earlier. We were just super prepared with what we wanted to do, so I think that just helped him focus even greater on like just doing his best, because he saw that we brought our best.
Yeah, love to hear that. And you got a nice cameo in the New Reality video, too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we tore apart his studio.
Yeah, he was so happy that day. He was so happy to have us.
I have to say, guys, I have to say, every time the song ends now, because I heard the music video so much before, like, listening to the album, I hear the every time the song ends,
Oh,
that
yeah.
little, like, spaceship sound that you guys are doing.
Yeah, the grumpiness that he portrays in that video, it's legit.
He's a method actor.
He was actually working on it, mixing another record while we were making all this chaos in the studio.
Yeah. And then there was another session going on upstairs. It was like Adam said. Adam called it like a Willy Wonka hardcore factory of creativity going on.
This is like the Allman Brothers worship right here. And I worship the Allman Brothers.
I'm
Yeah.
not as familiar with Allman Brothers as you are, Adam. To my ear, with my musical experiences, I hear a fair amount of Thin Lizzy in these guitar harmonies right here.
I love that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You should check out Live at the Fillmore.
Yeah.
A lot of plays of that record on Haven tours back in the day.
And then you can sing While My Guitar Gently Weeps over this. And look at you all, see the sun, and night sleeping.
While my guitar gently weeps. Love you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, if a song fades out, does it ever really end?
Some say that this song is still going to this very day.
It's just the record tunes in to the spot in the studio at Kurt's. We've just got the reels just playing.
I know that, Corey, we talked about this recently. I found out a couple of years ago that there is a big feeling about fade outs that a lot of people have in the negative kind. This is a surprise to me. I think this is masterfully done. I like the fade out. I might be one of the only people.
I am one of those people that feels a sort of way about fade outs.
Yeah.
But I think it suits this song very, very well. And if it had ended abruptly, it wouldn't have worked as well. It would not have worked. It needed the fade out. And normally I am not a fade out girl.
To be honest, I'm not a fan of fade outs either.
It feels super 80s. And most of the time, and not in the good kind of way, but in the like leopard print spandex kind of way. But this song, it fits.
Well, I guess I have to change my birthday outfit for tomorrow then. Damn, Corey.
Oh, you're not gonna. I thought you were gonna be wearing your white pants.
Actually, yeah, this is true. I was thinking about doing that.
I fucking knew it. God, the white pants.
Because of fucking Soilworks side band Night Flight Orchestra, I have a pair of white jeans in my wardrobe right now.
Hey, we all do.
I love white pants.
Yeah, there you go. Solidarity, my friends.
We wore white pants in the Reckoning video, and I've been wearing them quite a bit. I'm trying to do the Dennis Wilson drugged out Beach Boy look all summer long. So white pants
and white pants, right?
White pants, everything. Yeah.
If it's good enough for Adam McGrath, everybody, it's fucking good enough for me. So take that. Sorry, yeah, y'all. I'll agree with Corey. Just like you need those 4 minutes or those 3 minutes or whatever. You know, sometimes you end an album and you just sit there for a few minutes and just kind of processing what you hear. I feel like you get a jump start on that process with the end of that, where you can just kind of sit for a little while with the music and let it overtake you and kind of reflect on everything that has been done. And then you sit there for a couple more minutes after everything's done because just that's what you do.
That's great. I like to do that with books too. After reading a great book, just to kind of take a moment, reflect on everything that just entered your brain. Just kind of comb through all the pictures that it gave you. And, you know, with this record, we wanted to do something that would sort of invite people to want to just go back to the beginning and check it out again. And so it ends sort of like, you know, on this fade out. It's, you know, Allman Brothers, fucking Thin Lizzy, Guitarmonies, and, you know,
Bonfire,
the bonfire's blazing.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, and then the record starts in a much different way. So I don't know. Hopefully we did it right.
I mean, yeah, I think that you guys did. Like, Corey and I talk about this a lot as far as, like, self-editing, length of albums, things like that. Just like with the Mastodon album last year, right? It was fucking like an hour and a half long, and I thought that all of it was, like, should have been in there. I feel the same way about this album.
It's a great record.
I think it was after Blinded by a Blaze, y'all. I was telling you about the first time where I like, where are we at on this album? I was just like curious, and I didn't realize that we were fucking 7 tracks into it because I was just like lost on it. And I think that's really a big testament to what you guys have done here because it's not fucking easy to do.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
No problem. You kind of started mentioning this, Steven, but I always ask the bands when we get through with the record and right before we're about to leave. And we can go through for the three of you. You can decide who wants to answer first. But what do you all want people to take away from this record as they listen to it?
It's a good question.
It
never
doesn't have
thought
a
of
right answer, right or wrong answer, right? It just kind of depends on what you guys are feeling as artists, and we take away different stuff from it as listeners too.
I guess for me, it's just it's an amazing chapter in the story of our band together, and as far as like everything we've been through, and we had some really highs and some heavy, really fucked up lows, and this is a really beautiful high and a life lesson of like full circle, how sometimes your band could seem so far away, but then it just come back in such a crazy and powerful way. And reviving Cave-In has been very beautiful and healing for all of us, I think. And getting Nate in the picture is just such a wonderful step forward in life of all like the tragedy that's happened in the past. So I think if anything, it's a really powerful step forward of trying to really persevere on in life, and also taking the lessons that the person who's not with us anymore, taking those lessons and moving forward with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would add to that. I keep going back to this friendship thing, and I'm going to extend it to, family. And it's just keep the people that you love close, and you can continue doing things that are positive in your life. And as long as you focus on that and try and nurture that side of whatever is going on in your life. I mean, I understand it's difficult for a lot of people, but it's like try and think of the positive things, because ultimately that's what you're going to be left with, hopefully,
Yeah, I think all that's great, and that speaks to me as well, and it speaks for me. And, this whole process of making Heavy Pendulum, I've been, the most present for Cave-In that I've felt in a long time. And I think it's through all the hardships and the tough lessons that we've learned, and some of the fucked up things that we've had to deal with, but also, 2 years of pandemic and lockdown, which was a very scary time for everybody, and forging through all that to get together and to make this record and to write together and to gather together and just to be together and to kind of fucking, power through some of the fear and that everybody was experiencing. Just to do something that brought us a sense of normalcy. And for that reason, it was very therapeutic. And, I just hope people can maybe feel like when they hear this record, it brings them into the present moment. Like they can just really enjoy what they're hearing right there and then, and not be too concerned about what happened before or what's down the line. Just everybody just taking a moment to just really enjoy the moment.
Yeah, I love that. I think we should end it there. That's a beautiful sentiment from all three of you. So, Steve, Adam, John, Nate, wherever he is, right there. Thank you guys for hanging out and spending your time sharing your art with us, and taking the time out of your days to sit and listen to this with all of us here around the world.
Yeah, man, thank you for the invitation, and everyone in the chat. It's so great that people still care about our band, and it's really heartwarming, and it keeps us going.
Yeah, I hope that this is a nice little renaissance for you guys, and you guys still continue to make music and come out and play shows and do all the things that you guys are put here to do. So congratulations on releasing the album. I know it was a whole hell of a lot of work, and it's here. People are enjoying it, and Corey, I think we're going to be spinning it quite a lot over the next couple of months.
Potentially, maybe there's a possibility of that happening.
Maybe a slight little bit.
Summer is coming. Bonfires are coming with it. I mean,
there's
things will happen.
Bonfire.
Keep it in mind, yeah?
Yeah. Grab your chowder and, stand next to the bonfire.
With the bread bowl, everybody.
I love
Remember,
burning
we're trying to
embers.
save the world here.
I love burning embers.
All right, everybody, this has been Cave-In. I've been John Garcia. She's been Corey Westbrook. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. Go pick up the record. Go spin it. Go buy it. Go do all of the things for Steve.